Hello everyone, welcome back to Tyler+Lindsay. Yep, I did all the other years, and now it's time for 2025, ranking my videos. So, let's just get into it, that's all I have to say. So starting with number 30 is... Number 30 is the Minecraft with Steve videos. Yeah, I think there's a big reason why these ones are the worst. Obviously the big reason why is because, they're all kind of boring, to be honest. And for this list, I feel like this is the only one that is kind of just boring. All the other ones on the list, I actually probably enjoy watching. This series, on the other hand, because like I said, it's very boring. This video I'm showing you right now is probably the only one I do like from the Steve Minecraft one. And some of the earlier ones are fine too, but all these Steve Minecraft ones are just kind of boring after a while. Like especially after this Stampy Lovely World video that I did. After that, the Steve Minecraft videos just got a lot more boring than they already were. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about this one. So now let's move on to number 29, which is... Number 29 is the Total War Rome 2 videos. So yet again, they're not bad videos. None of my 2025 videos are bad, honestly. They're just more boring. And that's what this one is. Now, unlike the Steve Minecraft ones, I still agree. This series was really boring. But unlike it, I do kind of like, for example, this video that I did of it. And because it was really fun doing and watching. But yeah, it's the same problems as the Minecraft with Steve videos, is that the Total War Rome 2 ones are very boring. And to be honest, I take back what I say. This one is also videos that I'm not really the biggest fan of, minus of course the few times where I actually show me doing the battles. Other than that, though, this series is kind of boring. So now it's time to move on to number 28, which is... Number 28 is the Total Drama Stuffed Animal Edition, episode 18. So here's the big thing that you guys probably didn't know about the Total Drama Stuffed Animal Edition series for season 2, is that some of it, the first 6 episodes were in 2024, and then the rest were in 2025. And the big reason why is because one of the contestants, Steve, actually got chewed on by our dog and got chewed up, of course. So, of course, we had to replace the Steve plush, which means I wasn't able to do Total Drama Stuffed Animal Edition videos until I got the plush. So, once I got the plush again, then I started doing the videos again. So that's why for a while it was literally just the Minecraft story mode videos instead of these ones as well. But yeah, I got them back. But this one is probably my least favorite I did because it's just in my opinion, it's way too similar to the previous episode, episode 17, where they just race in a car, but this time it's motorcycles and against each other. And it's fine, I guess, but it is just kind of boring. This one I feel like would be one I would just want to skip through to see who got eliminated and stuff, and to skip out on the challenge, which I don't really want to do because I want to watch the whole thing, because I want to be curious in the challenge and watch that too, but this one feels like one that I would want to skip the challenge just to see who got eliminated. Anyway, that's all I have to say about this one. So let's move on to number 27, which is... Alright, number 27 is episode 17. Yep, here's episode 17. I mean, the card challenge is fine and all, but it's just going back and forth. That's all it is. And so, it's kind of boring, and I feel like I already did this already with the racing challenge in a way. But that one was at least a little better because there's more people, and yeah, it was just a little better than this one. So, yeah, it's basically the same as episode 18, so there's not much I have to say about this one. So now let's move on to number 26, which is number 26 is the Mario Party Jamboree video. So this is kind of like when I started doing the Mario Party with Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Daisy. Although this one I did Spike instead of Daisy because I just feel like I've seen Daisy so many times, so I wanted to do someone else. And Spike's pretty funny, so I added him in instead of Daisy. But then after that, for the Mario Party 6 one and Mario Party 4 one, and now the Mario Party 7 one, I added Daisy back because, of course, Spike isn't in those games, and I would figured, instead of doing Mario, Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi, we'll do just Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy. So yeah, that's why I did Spike instead of Daisy. But the Mario Party Jamboree one, it's fine and all, but it's just one video, and it is kind of just more It's a little bit more boring than the other ones. So yeah, there's not much I have to say about this one. So yeah, let's move on to number 25, which is... Alright, number 25 is Mario Kart World Mushroom Cup. Yeah, it's just, to be honest, it feels kind of like one of those, hey, I'm out of ideas video. Let's just play Mario Kart World, because why not? And you know what? It's fine, I guess. I think the main reason why I did this is because, Mario Kart World at the time was still pretty new. So I was like, let's just do this. And also so I can change it up so it's not just the same videos, the Minecraft Steve ones and the Total Drama Plush ones. So I was like, we'll change it up. We'll just play this game for fun. I mean, yeah, it's fine and all. And I did it without commentating, so you can just hear the game. And plus, I didn't feel like saying like random stuff that wouldn't make any sense. So I was like, you know what, we'll just do no commentating, so you can just watch me play Mario Kart World. And that's basically it. That's the video. I play Mario Kart World, it's Mushroom Cup, and that's about it. So yeah, nothing much else I have to say about this one. So now time to move on to number 24, which is... Alright, number 24 is the Mario Party 4 ones. Yeah, this one's just slightly better than the Mario Party Jamboree ones. It's probably because I added Daisy in. So it's the classic Mario, Luigi, Peach, Daisy. And, I don't know, it's better too. I think I did it better with doing the parts rather than just shoving it all in one video too. So I think that made it better as well. But yeah, it is just Mario Party 4. It's kind of a boring... it's boring for the boards, so it's not really that interesting to watch compared to something like Mario Party Jamboree or Mario Party 6, which I did in the same year. And yeah, I just didn't really have as much fun doing this one as the Mario Party 6 one, because like I think, well, I didn't say this before, but I think I definitely like Mario Party 6 better than Mario Party 4 in my opinion. So yeah, that also made the Mario Party 6 ones more fun than this one. But yeah, I think that's really all I have to say about this one. So now let's move on to number 23, which is... So Mario Party... No, not Mario Party. Number 23 is the Mario Party 6 ones. There we go. Now I said it right. Yeah, basically just slightly better than the Mario Party 4 ones because A, I had more fun doing it, and B, Mario Party 6 is just better than Mario Party 4 to begin with. And I guess C, it's less boring. But yeah, it's basically the same as the Mario Party 4 one. It's just fine, I guess. And I basically said the reasons why I liked this one better than the Mario Party 4 one when I was explaining the Mario Party 4 one. So now let's move on to number 22, which is... Number 22 is ranking the Hive minigames. Yeah, this was an interesting video that came to mind. But I think I kind of had this in mind to do this. And plus, I already did the CubeCraft one, so I was going to do the Hive one. And probably the only reason why this one is at number 22 instead of 21 is because I like CubeCraft a little bit better than the Hive. So yeah, that's basically it. I basically just rank the minigames, and I still agree with myself, I would say. So now let's move on to number 21, which is number 21 is the CubeCraft minigames ranking. Yeah, didn't see that one coming, right? I basically already kind of gave that away in the when I was talking about the Hive one. But yeah, this one and the Hive one could be interchangeable depending on how I feel. But yeah, I just like talking about the CubeCraft minigames a bit better than talking about the Hive minigames. So yeah, that's basically all I have for that one, for this one. So now let's move on to number 20, which is alright, number 20 is Total Drama Stuffed Animal Edition episode 15. So yeah, this one's better than the other two ones, the racing ones, because they're a little bit more interesting. This one is the Floor is Lava challenge. And back then I think I even said that I really enjoyed that type of challenge in season 1 because I think I did do this in season 1. But looking back on it, yeah, I kind of disagree with myself. It's Floor's Lava Challenge. It's really interesting. It's fine, I guess. But doing it for 2 seasons, eh. And it's just them climbing up um different parts of the room, which just kind of So yeah, that's all I have about this one. It's just kind of a more boring episode. It's fine, but not as good as some of the other ones I had this season. So now, time to move on to number 19, which is alright. Number 19 is Total Drama Stuffed Animal Edition, Episode 1. And no, not for Season 2. This is actually for Season 3. Because, yes, I did do Season 3, well, started Season 3, and did Season 2 in the same year, 2025, which is kind of crazy now that I think about it. But, oh well. And also, by the way, this series is still going on. I didn't finish Season 3 yet. But, yeah. So, Episode 1, sadly, it is kind of a weaker introduction. I mean, it has the typical, the team captains picking who they want on the team, etc., etc. But I think it's the challenge that kind of ruins it. Because it is, like I said, it is kind of neat seeing these new contestants, but I think it's the challenge where it's just jumping on part of a blanket, I think it is, to see if you will land on it or not. And of course, if you land on it, you get a point, etc., etc. But yeah, I think it's just that challenge. It's just kind of a weaker introduction challenge compared to the last 2 seasons with falling off the makeup desk in season 2 and climbing up the couch in season 1. Yeah, I think those two are definitely better than this introduction challenge. So yeah, that's all I really have for this one. So now let's move on to number 18, which is alright, number 18 is episode 10. So this one oh yeah, that's right. This one is the one where they have to jump on the pillow, and if they miss, then they get out. I feel like I've seen this one before, and it's another just kind of jump to this thing kind of one, which is literally what episode 1 of season 3 is. And I feel like I did this challenge a bazillion times at this point, so it's more boring because of that too. And I think this is also well, I'm gonna spoil it a little bit. I think this is the last episode when the teams are still teams for season 2, and then they merged after this. So yeah, that's something, I guess. But yeah, I don't really have much to say about this video. So now let's move on to number 17, which is alright. Number 17 is episode 11. Yep, right after episode 10. Well, yet again, like what I've been saying, this yet again copies another challenge that already was a challenge. This copied the season 1's fighting arena challenge, except now it's merged instead of teams. And also, the funny thing is that in this video, I totally forgot about the character Bob. So in the end, I just made it seem like, oh, he overslept, but Firefly Mario doesn't really care, and he can still at least be in the vote off. So that that does make it kind of funny, a funny error that I did, but yeah, like I said, it's basically like the season 1 episode, just all over again with different cast. So yeah, nothing much else I have to say about this one. Let's move on to number 16, which is... Alright, number 16 is episode 14. Yeah, this one is basically kind of like episode 17 and 18 in a way. But in a way, I feel like I did a little better. I think this one's funnier, is the probably the main reason why it's better than episodes 17 and 18 and some of the other ones. Because, yeah, it is a race again, but it's funny how they have to go from shoe to shoe. And I like how Bob just rolls all the time and then Knuckles is just sleeping and gets out. And I do this for a few other episodes to come, which is funny. But yeah, this racing one I feel like is a little better. It's more of the standard race rather than just random motorcycles and a random car race thing. So this one still isn't one of my favorites, but it is better than some of those other ones I've talked about. But yeah, I don't have much for this one. So now let's move on to number 15, which is... And number 15 is episode 12. Oh, hey, would you look at that? It's another racing challenge. Wow, I just realized this now. Season 2 has a lot of racing challenges. This time it's off the cat scratching thing. This one and episode 14 could really be interchangeable depending on the day. But, I don't know. I guess this one's maybe a little better because there's more people in it. But yeah, that's basically all I got. They're both pretty similar, so yeah, there's nothing I got for this one. So now let's move on to number 14, which is... Number 14 is episode 8 of the Total Drama Stuffed Animal Edition series. So, this is actually a pretty interesting idea for a team challenge. It's basically that Mario Party DS minigame called Track Star. If you don't know what it is, basically, you can choose which path you want to go down, and the train will also choose which path to go down. And if you go on the same side as the train, then you have to be pretty good at mashing to be able to get away from the train. So I basically did that minigame in this challenge, which is kind of interesting in a way. So yeah, it was very interesting doing and seeing and making. But, yet again, it's alright, but not my favorite episode of the Total Drama Stuffed Animal Edition series. For Season 2, I should say. But yeah, there's nothing really much else I have to say about this one. So, let's move on to number 13. Yeah, 13, which is... number 14 or 13. Yeah, 13 is episode 7. This is the thing that revived season 2, I guess you can say. Because this was by the time when we got that new Steve plush, so I could continue back on making these videos. So that's good. And this challenge is kind of interesting in a way. Although I feel like it would work better as a merge challenge. So basically in this one, they have to run away from a tank. I feel like this would work better as merge because with teams, it makes it a little different. Or it makes it interesting. It seems like it wouldn't work either, but it did. It would either be better as a merge or a purge challenge rather than a team challenge. But that's just what I did, so oh well. But I do actually kind of enjoy this episode. It's interesting watching and all the funny antics with Steve mining or trying to mine the tank, and then Bob being a statue, and then Tails tricking Cream. Those scenes are pretty funny. Yeah, like, look, here's that scene right now. But yeah, anyway, that's all I really got for this one. So now it's time to move on to number 12, which is... Number 12 is the finale episode, aka episode 20. Such a good ending to a good season, in my opinion. Yeah. It's a pretty good episode. It is just kind of more boring because, of course, there's no challenge, and all it is basically just people voting for who they want to win between the three, aka Steve, Toadette, and Knuckles. The only problem is that I feel like I made it kind of obvious on who was gonna win, but other than that, it was fine, I guess. But yeah, it's just a finale, but it is interesting because it's the end, and yeah, it would be the last time we see this group of characters until an all-star, maybe. We'll see. But anyway, that's basically all I got for this one. So now it's time to move on to number 11, which is... Number 11 is Luigi versus Peach. So, yeah, this was kind of an interesting video I had in mind. And, yeah, it's pretty good, I would say. And no, it's not one of those kind of more out of ideas video like the Mario Kart World one was. No, this one I actually kind of had in mind to do, and it was actually kind of funny. Like, especially in the best moments parts, too, because those were the funniest parts, I would say. Basically, the big reason why I wanted to do this is basically for Mario to teach kind of Peach a lesson on how to be kind of, nicer to Luigi in a way, even if she always likes to bully and terrorize him. But kind of kind of teach Peach a lesson. There we go. And kind of try to stop it. Although, of course, it's not going to work because, Peach, she hates Luigi. At least that's what I do. Anyway, yeah, it was kind of a funny video to make anyway with the challenges they had to do and stuff. But yeah, that's basically all I have for this one. It's good, but not quite top 10. Almost, though. Speaking of which, number 10 is... Alright, starting the top 10 off is the Minecraft Story Mode videos. Now, in my opinion, I feel like I did a much better job with the Minecraft Story Mode ones compared to the Minecraft ones. I mean, yeah, I'm not talking at all that much, except for occasional laughing and pausing videos, etc., etc. But I don't know. I feel like I just did the series really good, and I enjoyed making the videos. And I feel like I did a better job with this compared to the Mushroom Cup for Mario Kart World, where I just kind of made it for fun. This I did the whole thing, and I had a fun time doing it. And of course, the thing is that I did actually, there was two parts that I made, two parts of season 1 that I made in 2025, but I'm just gonna include them with season 2, just to make it easier. So the Minecraft Story Mode series made it to number 10 on the list, and yes, we're in the top 10 now. So now let's get on to number 9, which is... Alright, so number 9, funny enough, is Told You I'm a Stuffed Animal Edition, Episode 9. Yeah. So this challenge is actually pretty interesting. Yet again, it's still teams, and one team has to go against Bowser, while the other team has to go against Alex. And the funny part is that Steve's team is the one who has to go against Alex. So eventually Steve does have to go against Alex, which is pretty funny. The big reason why I did this challenge was, of course, Alex. She was a new plush that we got. So I was like, might as well use her for it. And the funny Steve and Alex moment already kind of planned in my head that Steve would win, but then he would be pretty upset because he hurt Alex. And that part was definitely pretty funny, I remember. So yeah, that definitely makes this episode a good one, or a pretty good one, I should say. Because yeah, it's very funny. And then And then someone like Baby Wario against Bowser, where he just kind of, or as Bowser says, a little baby is beating up a big old fat turtle. So that was kind of funny. And it was definitely a good challenge idea. So anyway, now let's move on to number 8, which is, all right. Number 8 is the Total Drama Stuffed Animal Edition, episode 19. So this is one before the finale, and I think it's because of the challenge. I mean, it's the problem is that there's only 4 people left, so that part isn't really that interesting. But the challenge they have to do, of course, is pretty interesting. Basically, it's reverse of season 1's final challenge, where the 2 finalists, Stampy and Greedy, they went in reverse. They climbed up all this stuff and ended here where these guys are. This time it's the complete opposite. These 4 had to climb down to the bottom to win and make a spot in the final 3. I think this is also yet again another time that Knuckles falls asleep, so that's funny to watch. And yeah, there's some funny moments in this video too, so that makes it better. But yeah, there's nothing much else I have to say about this one. It's a pretty good episode, and it's sad that the finale wasn't as good as this episode was. But oh well, I still enjoyed the finale, just not as much as this. Anyway, let's move on to number 7, which is... Alright, number 7 is Total Drama Stuffed Animal Edition, episode 16. Ooh, wow, this is a pretty good and interesting challenge for Merge. So, basically, what is this challenge? Well, this challenge is actually pretty simple. All it is a quiz challenge, but it's a funny quiz challenge. So, the remaining cast has to answer questions right. If they answer it right, they'll stay where they are, but if they answer it wrong, they have to take a step up. And if they take too many steps, they'll fall off the couch, and once they fall off the couch, that means they're out. Pretty simple like that. But this challenge was definitely really interesting making, and very interesting watching too. And of course, the best part, there's funny moments in it. For example, I think one of the questions was it's this first one, who is Boopkin's friend or something like that, and Bob answers, oh, it's me, and then I'm the one who has Boopkins as a friend somehow, which that was definitely funny to listen. And of course it made a spot into the best moments video, so that definitely means it's good. So yeah, there's not much I have to say about this one, but it definitely is a really good episode. So now let's move on to number 6, which is... Alright, so number 6 is episode 13. By the way, this is also probably my favorite episode from the Total Drama Stuffed Animal Season 2 episodes. This one is definitely a pretty good idea. At first, it is a little bit more boring. It's just, oh, pick up a card. But after they do the first card challenge, the second and third card challenge is just, wow, just amazing. So basically, after they choose the cards, the final 4 that got the best cards in the first few rounds now have to play Scum. Wow, that's a good idea. That was a really good idea I had, and yeah, it was just funny seeing them. And then the 2 people that did the best moved on to play in the final round, War. And this was I really enjoyed watching and doing this episode, so that's a big plus. And yeah, there's not much to say about this one. I just really enjoyed doing this one and had a lot of fun doing it. But yeah, this one's probably always going to be my favorite from season 2, my favorite episode. And it has 3 parts. Complete accident, but hey, the more the merrier, I guess. Anyway, with all that said, let's move on to number 5, being in the top 5 now, and that number 5 is Alright, to start the top 5 off is Total Drama Stuff Edition, episode 3 for season 3. So, this is actually a pretty interesting challenge, and I had fun doing this one too. So, it's the Capture the Flag challenge with season 3 group. And basically, I got this idea from my brother's channel, actually, when he was doing his Total Drama Plush. Although, instead of hiding the flags in the camp, I did it kind of more like the standard way, I guess you can say. Like, probably what you would play in gym class and during school or something. Like, where you would have to simply capture the flag, or in this case, capture the colored paper. But it was definitely fun making and watching this video. And it was funny with the funny team part. Like, for example, when the Toads are trying to go in, but of course Big Bowser and Mario are blocking the Toads, which is pretty funny. And then, of course, the famous scene of Alex tricking Boomerang Bro and saying, "Oh, hey, there's ice cream over there, go get it." And then Boomerang Bro, of course, falls for it because, he's stupid. But yeah, it was definitely really fun making this video and challenge. And in general, it was just really fun. But yeah, that's all I have for this one. So now, time to move on to number 4, which is... Alright, number 4 is episode 2. Why would you look at that? There's all of season 3 now. I know, only 3 episodes, but those are the 3 episodes that were in 2025. And then the other ones were all now in 2026. But of course, 2026 didn't finish yet, so can't do that yet. But yeah, this challenge is pretty interesting. And this one and episode 3 can be really interchangeable depending on how I feel. So basically, this challenge is that they have to take care of puppy paws, which is pretty funny. Although the only problem is that Daisy isn't in this season, so there's no funny Daisy puppy paws moments. But that's okay. It was still really fun doing this challenge, and it was actually a nice original challenge too, just like episode 3 too. Although I did yet again take this idea from my brother. He did something like this too. He didn't do this in Total Drama Plush, but he did do this for another series he did. So I just kind of took that idea. But I feel like it was a pretty good idea. And it was definitely really funny, of course. Bowser and Boo basically kind of being really scaring puppy paws in a way, which is kind of funny in a way. And if Daisy would watch this, she would be laughing her head off. That's all we know. But yeah, there's nothing much else I have to say about this one. It's a pretty funny episode. And yeah, that's it. So now, let's move on to number 3. Yep, top 3 now. And number 3 is going to... Number 3 is going to the Wario Show videos. Oh, these shows are really funny. I mean, yeah, they are really quick, but that's the thing. They're meant to be quick. So, I actually had this in mind for a long time now. So, it was definitely really fun doing. And the big... and here's the behind-the-scenes thing about this Wario Show. So, a few years ago, well, actually more than a few years ago now, me and my brother used to do this thing in the pool where Wario would just come up with would sing this random intro and then just do something random for a quick second. So, yeah, it was definitely really funny. So I had that in mind to do that again, but just film that, of course. And I definitely really enjoyed these videos. They're definitely really funny to make. Although, of course, they're short, but that's the point. They're meant to be short. But yeah, that's all I have to say about this series. It's definitely a really good series that I did. And I'm having fun making these videos, so expect more to be coming. Anyway, let's move on to number 2, which is... I wonder which 2 are going to be the the best ones in my opinion. Obviously, This is best moments of 2024. So yeah, this actually came out in 2025, but that's alright. But yeah, this is, of course, the best moment videos are always the best ones because, you know, it's all the best moments of the videos that I did in these. So yeah, the 2024 one, it's very funny, of course. And yeah, that's why it made number 2 is because it's so funny. But yeah, that's basically all I got for this one. So now let's move on to number 1. My favorite video of 2025 is... Oh, would you look at that? My favorite one is Best Moments of 2025. I mean, yeah, pretty obvious that this one would probably be my favorite because it includes all the best moments of 2025 from my channel. So, of course, it has to be one of the best. And obviously, it includes all the funny moments from what I did in 2025. So, yeah, that's what makes it the best. But yeah, that's all I have for this one. It's, of course, the best moments, so it's the best. That's all I got. So, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.